cholestasis, or blockage jaundice. It is a problem that occurs in the liver because of excessive buildup of bile in a person's system, which causes them to turn yellow. Now that I've told you what jaundice is, I will now discuss what causes it. What causes obstructive jaundice? It is caused by elevated levels of bilirubin in the body. Obstructive jaundice is caused by excessive amounts of bilirubin not being released or excreted from the body. It usually occurs between the liver and gallbladder. Cholestasis is mostly found in women, caused by a malignant condition, which is also known as obstructive jaundice. That was a brief description of what causes jaundice. Next, the diagnosis of jaundice will be discussed. How can someone determine if they have obstructive jaundice? The signs and symptoms of someone with this condition are primary and secondary and extended stages, which is caused by cirrhosis. The primary stages of this condition is pale and smelly stool, deficiency in vitamins, and dark urine. The secondary stages of this condition is yellow or dark skin tone and eyes, itchy skin and eyes, abdominal pain, enlarged liver or spleen, fever, chills, weight loss, and diarrhea. The extended stage, which is caused by cirrhosis, which leads to jaundice, are fatigue, mental confusion, and lastly, bleeding into the intestines. Those are a few signs and symptoms associated with obstructive jaundice. You may go to www.wrongdiagnosis.com to get more information on other signs and symptoms associated with jaundice or any other condition or disease you are interested in looking up. Next, the types of tests given to confirm or disconfirm that a person has jaundice. The types of tests that determines jaundice occurring from extraction, which compares the indirect bilirubin to the direct bilirubin, which will cause an increase in indirect bilirubin and a decrease in direct bilirubin. The GTT test, which tests for the presence of liver enzymes in the blood. Protein levels, which tests to see decreased amounts of albumin. Liver failure, which will cause increased amounts of amino acids and increased amounts of lactic acid. Those were the tests to determine if an individual has jaundice. Lastly, I will discuss the types of treatment that are available to overcome this condition. The types of treatment for obstructive jaundice is treatment for short-term results are to treat or reduce signs and symptoms, which are given by supplements, which are vitamins and proteins. The treatments for long-term results are, which aids in getting rid of the condition of jaundice, is surgery, which repairs the common bile ducts, and a liver transplant. Today, I first discussed what obstructive jaundice was. Second, I discussed what causes obstructive jaundice. Third, I discussed how a person can detect if they have or if someone they know has obstructive jaundice. Fourth, I discussed the different tests that are given that determines if a person has obstructive jaundice. Lastly, I discussed the types of treatment for obstructive jaundice. A person is more susceptible to acquiring obstructive jaundice if they have a history of having gallstones, injury to their common bile duct, or suffers from liver disease, which will impair bilirubin flow, causing excessive amount of bilirubin to build up in their body. Obstructive jaundice is the most common condition, usually caused by liver disease. A person should pay attention to abnormalities within their body and tell their doctors if they notice any change during their annual checkup. If they start to notice a change or experience signs and symptoms of liver disease and or any condition, then they should consult with their doctor. Early detection of liver disease and treatments will decrease the chances of them getting obstructive jaundice. For more information on obstructive jaundice, you can go to www.wrongdiagnosis.com, or you can utilize the Anatomy and Physiology textbook, second edition by Martini. For my visual aid, I have handed you all some pictures of people who have obstructive jaundice.